It meant that God looked upon him and he was pleased with him. It meant that if God had a choice, he would pick Esau over Jacob. It meant that there was a special blessing from God that was going to come upon Esau that was not going to come upon Jacob. Now, let me illustrate that to you. I have a picture right here. I want to show you a picture of this mansion. Okay, this is what Esau would have gotten. Okay, right there. Okay, not that, but let's pretend that it was 900 days. That's something he would have gotten, right? That's like, Esau was going to get that. Jacob was going to get an apartment on Pinewood Street. I don't know. Or he was going to get an apartment in North Hollywood or whatever street you live in, right? But Esau, this is what was waiting for him, right? This is what was waiting for him. And Jacob was going to get a house on Oxnard Street, But listen, this is what he traded it for. Go to the next picture. He traded it for that. That's what he traded it for. Now, isn't that stupid? Who would trade such an inheritance as the house we just saw for a bowl of soup? Would you? Would you trade? Go back to the other picture, guys. Would you trade that house with that pool and those kinds of rooms and the big TVs and the big old extra king-size bed, and you got a game room and an office room and a 4-car garage, and you got all kinds of nice gardens, and one day you're just hungry and you trade it for this? Isn't that stupid? Isn't that dumb? It just doesn't make sense. But here's the thing. We often do that. And I know what you're saying, but I don't, an inheritance like that is not waiting for me. My dad barely owns that 1988 Honda he's got. But listen, that's where you're wrong. Because I don't think you understand what blessings belong to you because you are a son and a daughter of Jesus Christ. And that's why I want to talk to you about it. Because listen, and you're saying, Nestor, I really don't care. Nestor, I've heard this before. You're going to try to trick us. You're going to try to, give us some baloney. But listen, this is why I think... Sorry, Danny. Did I do that? There we go. Should have turned it off. Right? So listen, this is why you should listen to, this is why you should care, okay? This is why you should care. Let me tell you just quickly why you should care. Number one, it's not in your outlines, but because it's a battle you deal with every day. Every day you have this battle of choosing God's blessing or choosing what's appealing, choosing what's momentarily, choosing those things that are attractive that you know are nothing but a bowl of soup. Every day you struggle with it. And listen, Esau said this. He said, look, I'm about to die. What good is my birthright if I'm about to die? And maybe you don't say that, but you know what you do say? You say stuff like, I'm only young once, and if I don't do it now, I'm not going to be able to do it when I'm 30. If I don't go after all the guys right now, things are going to start sagging, and it's not going to be the same. If I don't go after girls right now, that, it's not going to happen later when I'm bald. You say stuff like that. You say stuff like, Mom, Dad, or Theo, or Nestor, it's my life. It's my life. I'm not hurting you. Let me do what I want with it. Or here's my favorite one. This is the excuse people use to make this dumb choice of trading their blessings for a bowl of soup. But you don't understand. It's hard to. It's just hard. I want to stop cussing, but it's hard. I want to get off of Facebook, but it's hard. I want to stop having sex, but you don't understand. It's just hard because I'm just so hot. Right? And here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why you should care. And here's a big one. Because not only has it become the enemy's favorite tool to destroy your spiritual life, but it's also become part of our culture. Isn't it part of our culture to want things fast? Isn't it part of our culture to want things as soon as we can get them? Right? That's why there's credit cards, so that you can buy stuff that you don't have money for. That's why there's so many people having sex out of marriage, because they simply just can't wait. That's why most food is microwaved, because people just don't want to wait. I mean, you go to a restaurant, if they take more than 15 minutes to serve, you're like, man, this sucks. What's taking them forever? Would they go kill the cow? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And here's the problem with the fact that it's become part of our culture. Culture motivates you to fall trap, to making a cheap trade, to trade your blessings, to trade every positive thing you have for you for just momentarily pleasures, for just impulses. They encourage you. They encourage you to have sex before marriage. They encourage you to drink. They encourage you to have a wild life. They encourage you to make mistakes. They encourage you to just cheapen yourself. But the thing is that once you do, they accuse you. They embarrass you, they highlight you, and they look at you and they're like, whoa, what kind of person are you? You know, let me give you an example. Our culture motivates and encourages a lot just unhealthy eating. Just unhealthy eating. You know, just pig out, eat. Go eat and watch a movie and lay down. You know, don't do sports. But listen, they encourage unhealthy eating. But once you become obese and once you become unhealthy, don't they make fun of you? Don't they kind of look at you and there goes the hamburglar? Don't let them jump, because it's we're 8.5 earthquake. I mean, you know, society encourages you to have sex. Society encourages you to use drugs, to just have a wild time. But once your life gets out of control, don't they accuse you and point fingers at you and just make you feel like trash? Well, don't they turn their back on you once you become pregnant? See, that's why you need to care. That's why you need to listen to this. Because if you don't, you're going to fall trapped to this cheap trade. And I've seen it, and I see it, and I want to stop seeing it, where young people trade their spiritual blessings, they trade their spiritual rights, they trade their positive things, and they trade them for just things that are momentary and insignificant. You're trading your future for a bowl of soup. Check this out. Esau was a hunter. This guy was used to eating steak. I mean, this guy would eat deer and lambs and I don't know what other kind of animals he killed out there. But he settled for a bowl of soup. He degraded himself. And often you're going to degrade yourself. So here's the thing. If you're saying, all right, Nestor, how do I, what can I do so that I don't fall trapped to this cheap trade, so that I don't trade my spiritual blessings for a bowl of soup, for insignificant things? I want to tell you 4 things you can do. And what I did, I made an acronym of the word wait, because that's the key. You need to learn to wait. You need to hurry up and wait. You want to be anxious, you want to be quick about something, be quick about waiting. And you're saying, what does that look like? I don't know. You may want to be jumping around, but you're waiting. You want to be pacing back and forth, but waiting. And I want to talk about 4 things you can do to help you wait. Because, see, that's the key. That's key. I mean, let's jump a little bit ahead. What if Jacob had said, no, I only have enough soup for me? Would Esau literally die? Would have died? No. I mean, you've said stuff like, but Mom, if I don't go to this party, my life is over. Really? But Mom, if you don't let me date him, you don't understand. I'll never be the same. Really? So here's 4 things you can do to learn to wait. Number 1, and you can fill these out in your outline. You need to weigh out the short-term versus the long-term benefits. For W is weigh out the short-term versus the long-term benefits. You need to weigh the short-term. In other words, you need to balance. You need to put on one side and say, okay, if I have sex right now, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to Shazam, yeah. This is the short term, but what are the long term? Am I ready to give up on my future? Am I ready to raise a kid? Am I ready to have a job and provide for I don't know if she's going to be your wife or your girlfriend or your baby mama's mama or whatever you call that. Am I ready for that? Am I ready to be a 17-year-old and, already with a kid? Am I ready for that? You need to be able to weigh out the long-term consequences, the long-term benefits, and the short-term benefits. Let me give you an example. A lot of you guys don't like to do schoolwork because short-term, there's not a lot of benefits, right? I mean, the short-term benefit is what? Your teacher gives you an A, right? Now, what are the long-term benefits? You have good grades. You'll get into a good college. You'll have better opportunities to make more money, which will increase your quality of life, will increase the things that you're able to do, will increase how much you can help others. But we don't see that. What do we see? Short term, I can play PS3, I can waste my time on Facebook, I can go out and just sit in the mall and look at guys or girls. You need to weigh out your short-term benefits versus your long-term benefits. And Esau didn't do that. Esau acted on impulses. He acted on his impulse, and he didn't consider the long-term consequences. Now, I want you to understand this. When it comes to making those decisions, like, do I want to follow God's way, which tells me to wait, or do I want to follow the world's way, which allows me to do it now? I want you to understand something. The hardest thing about making that decision, it's that really short period. I mean, that window of opportunity is just a short period. And if you can get over that short period, which is in most cases a day, an hour, 5 minutes, if you can just get over it, you'll be all right. But listen, it's those 5 minutes, it's that 30 seconds, it's that one day, which is a short window of opportunity to trade in your blessing for material or useless things. If you can just get over that, you'll be okay. And you need to understand that. Listen, once you defeat something once, you'll be able to defeat it again. And you need to learn to just get over this short term. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people in jail. There's a lot of people that are dead because they weren't able to make a mature decision in this short period of opportunity. There's a lot of people in jail who lost it because just somebody honked at them or cut them off in the short window of opportunity. They made a dumb mistake and now they're in jail paying for it in a long-term consequence. There's a lot of people who have health problems because in this short window of opportunity, they made a very unwise choice. They traded in their blessing for something instant and momentarily in a bowl of soup, and now they're paying for it. It's a short window of opportunity that can affect and have great long-term consequences. In Esau's case, it came back to bite him in the butt. The last verse says that Esau despised his birthright, and in the long term, it came back to bite him in the butt because Jacob became a great man in history. Jacob became a person that God used so that one day Jesus, his son, would come to earth and be born.